Welcome to the Sports 101 News Network and welcome to this video. On this video, I'm going to talk about Cam Newton and his situation. Now, Cam Newton is in a situation where he probably seeing the last days of his NFL career pass in front of his eyes. Because, as we all know, Cam Newton played for the Panthers last year. I think, played 8 games, something like that, but he wasn't that great. You can see the stats. They're in front of you. He is not the same Cam Newton that we used to know in 2011. His stats have declined dramatically. And the question here is, will the Seattle Seahawks decide to get Cam Newton? Will we see Cam Newton in a Seattle Seahawks jersey? Now, we know that the Seattle Seahawks have a bunch of confidence when it comes to their quarterback situation. They're not Seattle. They're not Russell Wilson. They're not what Russell Wilson is. The Seattle Seahawks are basically in a rebuilding mode. Their defense is not that great. Yes, they do have 2 great wide receivers. But if you don't have a quarterback that can utilize that wide receiving core, make plays, and survive when things break down and when things go bad, then you're in trouble. Jacoby Brissett is not Russell Wilson. We know that. The Seattle Seahawks, there was a rumor that Baker Mayfield will end up in Seattle and become the starting quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, but that's not happening. Now, the question is, as I said before, will Cam Newton end up in Seattle? In my book, for me, I would like to see him end up in Seattle, because we have 2 situations here. For Cam, his choices are slim to none. Seattle Seahawks don't have a bunch of quarterbacks to choose from. And for me, if I'm the Seattle Seahawks, I do not want to go into the season with the quarterbacks that I do have. That is not what I want. That's not a situation that I want to be in. Because if you're the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, you are basically going into the season with your hands tied behind your back. I understand that Cam Newton is not the same Cam Newton that we used to know. You can see the numbers. They've been declining. You have 2 choices here if you're Cam Newton. Be a backup. Well, basically just one. If the Seattle Seahawks choose not to pick you, not to go with you, not to make you the starting quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks, you have a choice of being a backup. And as we all know, Cam Newton is not going to become a backup. He made sure to make it clear that he is not going to become a backup. Look, if you're Keith Carroll, if you're the head coach of Seattle, you let go of Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is in Denver. Russell Wilson did not want to be in Seattle. If you ask me, you had to get off of him, and you did. With no quarterback to replace him, with no quarterback to take his place. You decided to blow everything up and restart. Now, Colin Kaepernick, just bring him into this situation back a while ago. The Seattle Seahawks say we probably will bring him. They basically have two choices here. Either bring in Colin Kaepernick, which I think is not going to happen, or Cam Newton. The question is, are they going to do it? Are they going to actually bring in Cam Newton? Honestly, with the way things have been going for Cam Newton, with him not being signed with the Boston Patriots, with the Patriots in Boston, and with the Carolina Panthers not bringing him in to their team in the middle of the season, I think what's going to happen to him here is Cam Newton's not going to be signed until halfway through the season. I think Cam Newton will be unsigned for the foreseeable future. And with the Seattle Seahawks not having a choice, they will realize that, okay, what we have is not good enough. We don't have a quarterback that's going to get us anywhere. I'm not saying, again, that Cam Newton's is the quarterback that we used to know in Carolina in 2011, but he's way damn better than what they have right now. Basically, with the Cam Newton situation, your landing spot is going to be Seattle. If you're Seattle, you have two choices: to either go ahead and start your season with Brissett and other quarterbacks that you have on your hands, or sign Cam Newton. I would sign Cam Newton. Absolutely. I'll take him. Now, has he had camp lately? No. Has he had any training when it comes to the football field? No. The last time we saw him play, he was rusty at best. He was bad. But you at least have a chance to be somewhat of a competitive, to be in the competition when it comes to that division. You have DK Metcalf, you have a good running game, and you have a quarterback that has, I believe, some left in the tank. But for me, the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson, the Seattle Seahawks, and I keep saying Russell Wilson, I do not know why, but Seattle and Cam Newton are meant to be. They're meant to be. They are basically meant to be. Now, are you going to give Cam Newton a year and go ahead and draft a quarterback next year? Because trust me, the Seattle Seahawks are going to be in for a quarterback next year in the 2022-2023 draft. They are. Now, their thinking may be, look, we don't want to be competitive this year because we want the best ads to be able to end up in the first, second, third overall pick to get somewhat of a good quarterback. That may be their thinking. If that's the thinking, I get it. If that's the way they want to go, I understand. But my idea and my mind, there's no better landing place for Cam Newton than Seattle. Now, are there going to be other places where he can go? Absolutely. The Colts, the Washington football team, maybe Philly. Not this year, but next year. But again, if you're the Seattle Seahawks, you're gonna need to go ahead and do this. He's not the same, but he's something. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree with me, or do you think I'm just out of my mind and Seattle is not a great landing spot for Cam Newton, or do you think that Cam Newton is washed up and he's a backup at best? Let me know what you guys think. Now, before I close up and before I finish this video, and I know this is not going to happen, but if Cam Newton was able and willing to become a backup, he will have way better long career in this league. But that's not going to happen. So you will have two choices. If you're Cam Newton, swallow your pride and become a backup and stay in this league for a while, or watch your years of playing go underwater. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Thank you for listening. Thank you for clicking. It's always appreciated. Please don't forget to go and hit that subscribe button to be notified each and every time we upload. Also, hit that notification bell. We will be back with another video tomorrow.